Generalizing dating standards. I think this is rampant in today's day and age where everybody's creating certain standards in terms of dating for men and women. So like when it comes to men, it's like, well, a man wants a woman who's feminine and respectful and caring and submissive. And, personally, I mean, for me, this is my whole point. For me, these are good things, right? But not all men want that. Some men, based off of, and people don't understand that everybody's different and unique in their own type of way. And people have, based on who they are, they have their preferences, which is going to be different from yours. But likes and dislikes is going to be different preferences. And so these things I mentioned, the next man may not want these things. The next man might want a quote unquote alpha woman, or a woman who's aggressive and you know does leads him, and you know isn't submissive, and isn't responsible, isn't like, based on that might be the example he might have gotten raised, growing up from people, the women around him. And so he's like, hey, this is the type of women I want because this is what I'm used to. I'm used to women acting out and, you know, being, yelling at me and talking to me any type of way, treat me any type of way, and etc. Not being submissive or whatever, not listening to me. That's what I'm used to. So it's like, that's the type of woman that I want. And so keep Ken knocking. That's his personal preference. That's a personal thing. Just like with the next man, if his preference is, I want a woman who's fit, feminine, caring, responsible, uh, etc. You know, that's his preference. Let him have his preference in terms of what he desires. You know what I'm saying? Versus, oh no, that's wrong. You should want this, or looking at this guy who doesn't want a woman who respects him and treats him well and stuff like that, and being like he's wrong. Maybe, like I said, that's what he wants. That's because, like I said, that might have been what he's been used to growing up. So that might be what he wants. He might want a woman who doesn't respect him. He might want a woman who doesn't treat him well, or talks to him in a manly way, or whatever the case may be. You understand? So, and then we get on to women, right? We say generally, at least especially when I look at all the social media apps, I want an alpha man, and a guy who I can be submissive to, and a guy who's I can respect, and this, that, and the third, and I can talk to and be in my feminine and stuff like that. That's cool. That's certain women may want that. Certain women may want that from a man, that they want to have a long-term committed relationship type of thing with. Cool. Now, there's some women who don't want that. They want, you know, just like when I see on these social medias how they criticize beta male, and beta male is a guy who's not submissive, or who is submissive, and has no backbone, and isn't respected, whatever, etc. Some women want that. Some women prefer that kind of guy because that's what they were used to growing up. From whatever, how she, Pat, how she was raised and stuff like that. That might be what she prefers. Um, you know what I'm saying? So we gotta understand, when we generalize certain standards, especially when it comes to dating, put in the perspective that everyone is unique. Everybody has their own preferences and standards of what they want and what they like. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's not going to be the same. What you like may not I like what I like may not be what you like. Everybody got their different, you know, preferences, like I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, and likes and dislikes. So we got to take into consideration everybody in all reality is unique. So the real thing needs to be the question of what does this person value? What does this person want? This individual, because what they want versus what the next woman wants, what this man wants, what the next man wants, can be totally different. Oftentimes with these social media apps, I see people just make it to where it's like, well, men want this, women want this. It's like, no, that's not necessarily the case. Men, depending on the type of guy, depending on the type of woman, she may want something different. It may be some certain things that's similar to the next man or woman, but like there's gonna be some certain differences in comparison to the next man or woman. So I just think that it's kind of a, hasty to just generalize when it comes to, dating standards and preferences and stuff like that when it comes to men and women, because everybody is just uniquely different, just naturally, period, point blank, period.